Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's SLC Connect webinar. For any of you who haven't attended one of our webinars before, welcome. And just to introduce myself, my name's Matt, and I work for SLC based in London. Just with regards to housekeeping for the call will run for around 30 minutes, roughly. At the end of that time, we will have the opportunity for questions. So if you have any questions, please make a note of them because we will put those questions to our guest at the end of the session. You can alternatively put your questions into the chat box. So please just drop them in there and I will then ask those questions to our guest at the end of the session. Following the call, we will upload the webinar to both YouTube and Facebook. I'll send you the links for both of those in case you want to share it with any of your teams, or you've got colleagues who are away at the moment or who are still on furlough and unable to access their emails. And any other questions you do have, any help you need, any images you want, any fact sheets, anything at all like that, please just reply to the email I send you. Let me know how we can help and I will be glad to assist you or indeed to put you in touch with the team down in Mauritius. So at this point, I want to introduce this week's guest. Our guest this week is Rishita, who is coming to us from Mauritius and is going to talk to us about connections. Rishita, are you there?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Matt, and thank you, the SLC team, for giving us this platform. Of course, thank you, everybody, for coming here with us and giving us your time for today. So I'm Rishita, sales manager from Connections Mauritius, and I'm mainly in charge of the UK market. And I'm here to present to you Mauritius as a COVID-safe destination, and as well as the best things to do in Mauritius. And of course, we'll go a little bit on the Reunion Island and the Rodrigues Island. Thank you. So maybe I'll have to share my screen right now. And Matt, you'll confirm if everything is working.
I will do. I'll let you know that we can see it, Rishita.
Thank you. Okay, so this way. I think that's...
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, so just give me a second. It's taking... That's fine.
Yeah, it hasn't gone to full screen yet.
Okay, just give me a second.
Perfect.
That's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, correct. Well, just not to distract anybody, I will just switch off my video and then I can continue. That's correct. Thank you. Sorry. Is it okay for the moment, or you still see me? Okay. So, well, let me present to you Mauritius as a COVID-safe destination for the moment. As you all know, since we've started with 3 cases in Mauritius in March, and at the end of April, we were already at a COVID-safe destination, so there was no local COVID cases in Mauritius. And of course, it was all due to the prevention measures which were enforced at that time. For example, the social distancing, and we went into a complete lockdown, which was really like no one was allowed to be outside except for the medical facilities, or even the groceries, the shopping. Everything was being delivered to the, I mean, in houses, but nothing like you didn't have the right to go outside. And which is good is that even for the moment, we are still continuing with the prevention measures, like having always the masks, the wearing of masks everywhere we're going, the social distancing, the use of the hand sanitizers. This is these are the mandatory preventions and safety measures that are still being undertaken currently in the country. And what I want to let you know as well is that we are currently in the reopening of borders, but which we will say is a controlled reopening of borders in the phase 2. So basically, we have the priorities being given to all Mauritians and those having the residence permits to get back to the country. And of course, it is, we'll say that it is, the borders are also opened to tourists who want to come to Mauritius, but there is a compulsory and imposed quarantine of 14 days in specific centers in Mauritius, for which it's payable, and of course, but this is really for the safety of the Mauritian population and even the tourists and everybody. So why choosing Mauritius post-COVID? First of all, I would say it's a COVID-safe destination, and hopefully it will stay the same with all the precautionary measures that we are taking and still running through the island. Of course, you've got different type of accommodations. So basically, after COVID, after everything that we saw, staying, maybe people would want to stay a little bit uncrowded. So you've got different type of accommodations in Mauritius, from the self-catering to the villas, to even the resorts and even the hotels, which have spacious rooms, big rooms, and they are really very spacious. So basically, you can actually choose your type of accommodation here in Mauritius, and of course, not forgetting the uncrowded spots. So as we are an island, we are surrounded by beaches, and so basically we've got lengthy beaches, even the nature activities, so people can go around the island and make sure not to be squeezed, I would say, and you can find your perfect spot to be to spend your time on the beach, or even doing any different activities. What is very important to note as well, that even the activities here, you can have a minimum number of packs doing certain activities. For example, if you want to do, you're going with a group for biking, basically it's not going to be crowded. It will be a limited number of participants. In the same way, you've got a lot, even speedboat. If you go out for a speedboat activity, it would be, they have a limited number of people that they can take in one speedboat. So everything is very well controlled. What's very good for all of you is to know that the hotels, the hotel partners, and even the other suppliers for the activities, or I would say different services provided to the tourism sector, they are all currently working on new offers, which will be more advantageous to the customers, and of course flexible conditions, like I would say cancellation policies or refunds, or maybe rebooking, because we don't know, probably there will be the PCR test which will be recommended for a certain period of time. So this is where the rebooking or refund policies will actually be more flexible, and by the hotels. Of course, we've got good flight connections with direct flights from the UK. So coming to Mauritius will not be that difficult. I mean, you're not obliged to actually go to a hub like maybe Dubai or any other hub to have to do stopovers and then to come to Mauritius. You've got direct flights from the UK and many other European countries. So basically, it's easy to come to Mauritius. And of course, not forgetting the friendly, hospitable, and professional people are waiting for all of you here, where it's also good to note that our staffs, even DMC staffs, hotel staffs, and even in the public sector, so everybody are being trained and how to, how to adapt the new situation. High quality infrastructure would be everything regarding the logistics, transports, even the hotels, medical facilities, and then from one place. So, for example, from the airport, you can actually go to the north in, I would say, in maximum 1 hour. And so basically you can travel from different places in maximum 1 hour in Mauritius. And this is the maximum with the traffic jam and so on. So maybe 1 hour, 15 minutes. Not forgetting that Mauritius is a year-round holiday destination. So basically, especially for European tourists, you don't need to have, I would say, you don't need to see when it's too hot or it's too cold, because we in Mauritius here, all the climate is very well adapted to all of you. And of course, there's no specific rainy season. Well, let me give you a brief about Connections. So Connections as a DMC, we've got 24 years of experience. And with this 24 years of experience, we have 110 active members, basically on site and even back office. So guides, hotel representatives, the airport porters, and even us at the office. So we would say that Connections is a one-stop shop for the as a destination expert, and we have even our hotel reps. So basically in between us, we speak more than 10 languages like German, Italian, Spanish, Czech, and a lot of them, Hungary and so on. Of course, we are here to as every DMC, so we are here to provide the 24/7 assistance to all of our customers in-house, and basically even to you who's actually I would say, who's not a destination with us, but we are here for you. And we provide a tailor-made package. What is good is that we can actually cater for all clients, from budget clients to luxury clients, with different services. Let's see what other services that we can provide to you. So what we do, meet and greet services. So at arrival, from the arrival, and even the departure, we've got a counter at the airport, and we have a dedicated counter with a dedicated team. So you've got the hostesses and the porters. So they are the ones who actually are the first people who meet our customers and greet them at the airport and direct them with the correct information to go to the, they are the ones who escort the clients to the vehicles in the parking slot, and who actually take care of the clients until the check-in formalities upon departure. The transfers, so we propose all range of transfers. It depends on the customer's requirements. It could be shared shuttle transfers, private transfers, and private transfers could be vehicles adapted to families as well. So you've got minivan or even big vehicles for like coaches for friends and families for big groups, and even luxury transfers like we'd say luxury cars, which would be Mercedes, BMW, as well as helicopter transfers. The local guest representative, this is where we refer to the 24/7 assistance at destination, where all the customers, all our clients in-house have their own local dedicated representative who actually have a car, and also they are always available on WhatsApp, on email, on phone, SMS, anything. And whenever the client requires more information, needs any assistance, even if it's for the hotel and so on, they can actually call the local guest representative who will be available and who can even travel to the hotel for any issues or anything they need to solve to assist the client. When we say accommodation and booking, this is where we've got our dedicated reservations department, and we have a team of around 10 people. So basically they're available every day at the office, and there's also one person who's available, one or two person on duty after office hours. So for any So basically, we're always available for any request, booking, anytime, and they are here to assist you for. It could be mass bookings. It could be bookings if you already know. I mean, if you have a direct request that you need to go to this hotel and so on, they will actually assist you. Otherwise, as you can see, we do tailor-made package as well. And tailor-made package is where we've got a team of 4 people who are actually dealing with it, where they are the experts of the destination, as we say. So basically, if you have a client who wants to come to Mauritius, but they just have a budget, or they have only preferences, but they don't know where to go. So we are here. This is the team who will actually be advising and who will actually tailor-made the package depending on the customer's requirements. Excursion and activities are one of the core business as well. So we've got we have very good reputation and very good relationship with almost all I would say suppliers on the island for different activities, whether they are speedboat activities, nature activities, or even I would say biking activities, or even we propose the traditional bus tours as well. So you can share a coach excursion with different other clients, so meeting other clients and doing a bus tour in Mauritius. Weddings, we provide our services to do the legal formalities, the civil weddings of the customers, as well as we do provide our services, our groups department, to organize big destination weddings. It could be at the hotel, it could be at the beach, public beach, or it could be in a different domain or anything like unusual. So it could be in a catamaran cruise as well. So these are things that we do. Of course, you see the last thing is the Reunion and Rodrigues Island, which I will talk a little bit later. But that's good to know that Reunion and Rodrigues Island are in our surrounding, and we do propose combination from Mauritius Reunion, Mauritius Rodrigues, and I will tell you why later. So why Mauritius? So why choosing Mauritius for your destination? Well, the must-do. This is I would recommend. These are three basic things that we will recommend that the first-time travelers do experience these sites. So, for example, I've renamed one is the Wild Southwest because we're combining different places, different core places that needs to be visited the first time you come to Mauritius. So it would be, it's like a scenic drive along the west coast, which leads to the beautiful southwest corner. And there are different stops. So basically you can even do it on a private basis, or you can also do it with other, as a shared coach excursion. So basically you'll be visiting the 7 colored earth, for which Mauritius is very reputed for. You can also see the Black River Gorges and even the Ganga Talao, which we call the Grand Bassin, which is the sacred lake in Mauritius and which involves a lot of history, as well as the volcanic crater Torosef, which is of course dormant for the moment. Well, we hope so. And a lot of places like Chamarel waterfalls. So basically, it really it involves the nature as well as a little bit of history. And then on the west coast, which is of course the sunny weather and the sea. The second one would be the Dodo's Trail. So Dodo's Trail, as you all know, that Mauritius has a very good history with Dodo, and the Dodo's Trail, why we call it like that, because this tour is mainly based on everything which is history. So I would say in the capital of Mauritius, which is Port-Louis, and it involves going to the Central Market, which is very, very famous in Mauritius, and everybody who comes to Mauritius must visit this big market once. You've got all the typical fruits, the vegetables and fresh vegetables from Mauritius, and even you can also see the typical food of Mauritius, or even I would say drinks or juices prepared by Mauritian people in a Mauritian style. And of course, you go for a Creole lunch, so a Mauritian lunch, and to visit the Pamplemousses Botanical Garden. Well, while coming to Mauritius, it's not possible that you do not experience sea activity. And by sea activity, which is the typical one, is the catamaran cruise to Ilocef. Everybody knows Ilocef. Ilocef is very famous with the white sandy beaches. So we do provide a catamaran cruise, which actually, so you're on board on the catamaran cruise, I would say bathed in the sun, and then you're actually going on the way to Ilocef, and you've got lunch and everything included. And of course, on Ilocef, you'll be able to enjoy for 1 or 2 hours the island and relaxing on the white sandy beaches. Well, these were the basic, I would say, the must-do of when coming to Mauritius. However, there are a lot of different reasons why to come to Mauritius. For example, if you're coming to Mauritius, you want to do something very different, like nothing to do with traditional ones, or I mean the traditional bus tours and so on. These things that you need to experience would be the street food, as I mentioned. So in Port Louis, this is one place. Port Louis is one place where you can have a vast of variety of street food and different. The food is actually a taste of the different cultures in Mauritius. So you can see. You can experience what we say the dal puri, which is very, very famous in Mauritius. Even the Chinese food, I would say, on stalls. So it's different compared to other countries, the way we do it here, and the juices and everything. Plus, what we recommend would be the meeting with the locals. As you can see in the second picture, you can see the two old, would not really say old women, but yeah, they're actually dancing, and this is called a Geet Gawai. Geet Gawai is something very traditional to the Hindus family in Mauritius. So we do provide such activities, or I would say meeting with the locals, where you go and experience this field. And what is it actually, Geet Gawai? It's you go there. It's for a wedding ceremony where we say the old women are dancing. They are chanting and dancing on rituals, and it's really very fun actually. And of course, not only this one, we can also meet with the locals to actually meet people who are actually doing cooking cuisine, or those who are actually we have something which is called a vakwa. They do the baskets, so handmade baskets, and then we also propose something else, which is a music instrument, which is called the ravan. And this is something very interesting, because this is a main instrument that we use in our Sega dance, Sega show. And this is very important. So there's a lady who actually does it, and she welcomes people there to meet them. Of course, on the third picture, as you can see, electrobike. So electrobike is you can go on tour throughout the whole island. There's an itinerary throughout the whole island where you go on electrobike. So you can actually start from one place, then you will stay overnight for maybe every day you stay overnight on a different place, and you can actually do the electrobike. Well, for these, just like the activities which we would do it like off the beaten track, because they're unusual, we do also have accommodations which are actually unusual, or I would say which comes with a concept. For example, like Salt of Palma, this is a new hotel which is promoting ecotourism, sustainable, and they have as a concept like for the lovers of food and those who want to travel and do everything with locals. So basically, they bring to you all these in terms of foods, everything which is related to travel, and of course you can also meet the locals there. It's a very different feel. They do their own food. They plant their they grow their own plants, and this is what they use in the food too. Chalet Chamarel is a chalet, so basically like a lodge, but a luxurious one, and it's on the top of the natural forest. So as you can see, oops, sorry, as you can see, it's on top. It's just on top. So on one side you get the forest. It would be on the east side, and on the other side you get the panoramic view of the west coast. Then there comes Kazlala. They are really promoting sustainable tourism, and this is a very different concept. If you see, they don't have rooms, we will say. They have houses. Well, it's like houses long time ago in Mauritius, and in these houses you've got different you've got bedrooms which they actually will be renting to tourists. But each bedrooms have their own private shower and toilet and so on. But what they are actually promoting is the bonding and sharing with other guests. That is, the guests will be sharing their kitchenette and the same living room. So this is a new concept in Mauritius, and this is really working. Sea Mauritius is another new hotel which opened last year, and they're actually promoting I would say the generation X. That is, so it's different. They have a different concept as well in terms of food, in terms of even the entertainment and so on. So here you are. Well, honeymoon. So when we say Mauritius, we also hear honeymoon. This is very often. However, if you see, well, we've got different type of honeymooners coming to Mauritius, and we've got those who love the sea, the sand, and the sun, and basically who loves to be pampering. And this is where we propose activities like Mauritius à la carte. So Mauritius à la carte is basically you book a car, which is where you've got a private transfer, a private vehicle, a private driver as well, and you plan your own itinerary. Basically, you're not imposed any itinerary, but you've got it for 8 hours or depending on how many hours you want. And you tell the driver you want to go there, you draft your own itinerary. And then, of course, the driver will be suggesting you. And it's not only a driver, it's a driver guide, actually. So he will also explain to you everything on site and so on. What's very recommended is the sunset cruise. So sunset cruise we will propose basically on the west side, because the sun is actually the sunset is in the west, and it's and also in the northwest. So yes, you can do private I would say private dining as well. So as from an apéro around 5, and then of course you can do private dining. Some people do ask for, well, we were talking about honeymoon, but some people do ask for their wedding on a sunset cruise. And if we see, well, on the third picture, this is Ile de Coco, which is in the southeast of Mauritius. So this is a private island with lots of history from a long time. And here it is, you can go there and spend for one whole day on an all-inclusive basis and relax on the island. Plus you have very good food, and it's a romantic place. Look, of course, what we would recommend is the couples pampering massage, and these massages are available, of course, at the Shanti Mauritius, Shangri-La, Paradise Cove, and other hotels as well. However, why did we choose these free hotels for those honeymooners? Would be because of the feel, of course. it really gives you this feeling, and they're really very designed for the honeymooners. Like for example, Shanti Maurice, which is a luxury boutique resort. They've got private villas. Even the junior suites are very well spacious, and they've got they are really very well known for everything which is wellness, everything which is related to romantic. The atmosphere is like that. And even Shangri-La. So basically, you've got there are lots of activities or any lots of activities that they propose in house for couples, and even they've got two. They are just next to two islands, so Île Margeny and Île Sèvres, where exclusive, I would say, there are places exclusively reserved for Shangri-La's guests. And the Paradise Cove, of course, which is a completely renovated hotel. And this one is an adult exclusive hotel. And this is, their concept is really to share friendly and precious you and me moments. Basically, these free hotels that we've chosen here is really based on the value that they add to the honeymooners, the feel that the honeymooners get there, and of course, not forgetting I would say, offers, the special offers that they do provide each and every time for honeymooners to promote weddings as well. So these are the reasons. And if we, as I mentioned, so basically we did come across honeymooners who actually come to Mauritius but don't really want to relax. They really want to go out on activities, and not only, I would say, not activities like just be on a bus and then sit around, but doing really adrenaline things. So we do have places. So basically, in the north of Mauritius, you can actually do skydiving, and this is really fun, I believe. We do propose horse riding in Chamarel. So Chamarel is I would say an inland, is a typical and authentic village where you can. There's only the nature. I mean, it's full of greeneries and only nature. So there we can actually do the horse riding, and it's very romantic. Like it's mountainous as well, and but very nice. Quad biking journey. So a full day with the quad bike on a quad bike, being together and going down to the waterfalls as well, as you can see on the fifth picture. So, but we do have a very good itinerary, visiting the south, I would say the southeast of Mauritius, and then you also go to a waterfall. Of course, you can have a swim down to the waterfall. And forgetting the seaplane. So in the southwest of Mauritius, you've got the seaplane adrenaline. So basically, this is very recommended, and honeymooners do love it. Of course, you're assisted. There's somebody, a pilot, someone very professional with you. And for such clients, we would really recommend, well, an overnight on catamaran cruise, where I'm sure that people would not want to do 7 nights maybe, but it is possible to do 7 nights on a catamaran cruise, where you go on the whole island. Or otherwise, you can also do a minimum of 3 nights. You can combine this with a resort or with a boutique hotel for 3 nights minimum on a catamaran cruise. So they take from the west coast and they go to the north coast. And this is very romantic. You've got your dinner, you've got, you can see the sunrise, you see the sunset. It's very nice. 20 degrees sit. This is I would say, intimate world of a charming hotel in the north of Mauritius, and it's very elegantly designed with the charming rooms. They have only 36 rooms, but it's very cozy. And as you can see on the third picture, so many people tell me they love this Bubble Lodge. So you've got Bubble Lodge on Île Sèvres, which gives a bit more the sea factor. Or in Boischerie. Boischerie is more like nature, as you can see in the picture. So it's at Boischerie, it's just in front of, it's inland, and it's just the greeneries and so on, but it's just in front of a lake. And these are two different, I would say, completely different feel from on Ilocef and on Guachari, but they're very nice. And this is very romantic for couples while you're actually sleeping under the stars, because at night you can see the stars above yourself. For family, so basically Mauritius is also adapted to family-oriented tourists, and if we propose the main activities that would propose for families are really the fat biking in Volmar. When I say Volmar, is really the fat biking is done only there, which is in the west, and this is like a domain again, and it's really very nice. So a very good day, a very full itinerary with lunch and so on that you can spend there, and you visit a lot of things in the domain. So you've got the history, you've got they take you out on an itinerary, and you can see also the tortoise and so on. So on the second picture, as you can see, which is a pirate boat cruise, and this is really loved by the kids, because not because you don't have a pirate, of course, but they've designed the boat as a true pirate boat, and the kids can they do like play. They don't get dressed like that, but they play at these games inside, in the boat, and you go to the Ilocef again. So snorkeling in Blue Bay Marine Parks. The Blue Bay Marine Park is on the southeast coast. This is a protected area, but it's also the best place to see the marine life and to go for snorkeling. So we've got a lot of family who really loves to do this, even the kids as well. And you can explore the marine life, but of course it's protected. Golf. So just in case of, so we've got a very good. You can play golf, and you've got very good offers, activities. So which is based upon the family moments. So you can see the father and the sons playing, or even daughter and father, and so there's a very good offer for that. And what do we recommend for family as well? So yes, of course, as you can see, we've got villas. So we can propose villas with annex services or self-catering. What I mean by this would be you've got self-catering apartments, which are really independent. We also have, I would say, villa, which are also independent, but also villas which are, I would say, in-house villas. So they are actually in resorts like Four Seasons and so on. And then you've got the hotel like Long Beach. So Long Beach, why talking about Long Beach as well? Why choosing Long Beach? Because these hotels actually propose, they've got very spacious rooms, and they actually cater for family. For example, even the first category of Long Beach, which is a junior suite, can actually take two adults and 3 children. So, or maybe 2 adults and 2 teens. And they provide very good offers, very good offers for families, and to encourage families to be there. As not forgetting the activities that they have in-house, or like biking or different itineraries in the village, so are based on families. And not forgetting Outrigger. This hotel is found on the south of Mauritius. Again, taking only the size of the room itself. So basically, they can even take 2 adults and 3 teenagers in their first family room. So they are actually promoting, and they are always launching family offers. So these are hotels to keep. Well, when we talk about Mauritius, we have the tendency to always think about the sun, the sand, the beach, and relaxation. Well, we do also have our nature side, and we do promote a lot of mountain hiking, forest hiking, and even waterfall hiking. So there are different itineraries around the whole Mauritius. I would say north, south, east, west, even in the center. where you can actually go for hiking. And maybe you've heard of Le Mon. Le Mon is Le Mont Brabant. It's a UNESCO protected area. So yeah, even here we do the hiking. You can also do a biking, a mountain biking here. So here it's plus in the north, as you can see, we've got the mangrove kayaking. We can the mangrove kayaking is being done at an island which is called Île d'Ambre in the north of Mauritius, and we've got professionals, professional guides, professional certified guides, I would say, who actually help us in doing this. To promote more like nature, so even at Vallée de Ferney, which is in southeast, we promote the tree planting. So anybody who wants to help in planting a tree and so on, this can be done at the Vallée de Ferney in Mauritius. What are the accommodations that we would really promote in terms of if you want to experience the nature? Of course, again, I don't want to say that we'll stay, maybe not staying in these accommodations for 7 nights. It's not really recommended, but of course we can actually combine it with a different feeling. So maybe you combining with a resort, with a beach hotel, and so on. So authentic eco-tent is written differently, but as you can see, it says authentic. So it's authentic, and it's really authentic because it's the only eco-tented glamping site that we have in Mauritius. And no one will believe it, but it is really located in a small village which is called De Frères in the east coast of Mauritius. And this village is really it's a coastal village, but not a tourist village, and probably it's considered as to be one of the least developed part of the island. But this is a jewel on that part of the island. It's really different. It gives a different feeling when you're there. You don't realize that you're actually in the normal Mauritius. So yeah, and they've got two different experience. One is on the riverside, and one is on the mountain experience. So anybody going there can actually choose to either be staying on the tent, which is on the riverside, where then you can see the river, or you'll feel it will be different, or otherwise you want to go on the peak or on the top of the mountain range. So on the second picture, you can see La Cage Chamarelle. This is again another, I would say, exclusively lodge. In terms of lodge, they're a little bit of 5-star, which is situated in the Chamarelle village again, and they are really promoting ecotourism, green tourism, and this is where you feel the smooth rhythm of Mauritian life. So even the lodges are actually adapted in different. They are not standard. They are the lodges are the decoration and everything are all with woods, with rough woods maybe, but everything related to Mauritian life, and they have a history behind. And the last one is La Maison d'été. So this is on the east coast, and this is again this is I would say not a guest house, but it's a very small property, and it's very authentic. But it happens to be in a very good location. You can see the wild ocean. I would say the wild ocean, and they have very good food as well. And it's a different feeling. So, but this one is on the seaside. Well, talking about everything which is nature, this is where we actually also recommend if one wants to really experience nature, this is where we recommend the combination of Mauritius and Reunion. Or this is where we recommend Reunion Island, because Reunion is really the active way to enjoy nature. And as you can see, the activities relating to nature is really you can the Free Cirque, which is Mafat, Salazi, and Silaos, they provide hiking trails. So basically, you go at Reunion Island. You need to do this, and these cirque were actually included on UNESCO exclusive. Oh, sorry, UNESCO exclusive World Heritage, and they are actually recognized for the exceptional beauty and richness. And really, they were very nice. I went there, I can say. Of course, the plunging gorges, so the rivers, the lakes, and the waterfalls combine to create a highly appealing and varied landscape. It's perfect for the wide range of sports and outdoor activities. So, but the best way to visit the gorges, the lakes, the waterfalls, would to have a very good idea. I mean, an overview of all the Reunion Island. So it's really by doing it on a helicopter trip. What I would say as well, yeah, so you can also do the mountain climbing, the biking, and electro bike. Well, actually, Reunion Island is different compared to Mauritius in terms that it's really very mountainous. And basically, this is why mountain climbing, biking, and even electro bike is really much more adventurous there. And this is if someone wants to go or wants to experience this feel in the nature, this Reunion is one of the place. Yeah, one of the best place. Well, the best period to visit Reunion would be, I would say, late April and up to end of October, because during winter the weather is quite cool and dry there. Since it's mountainous, we would not recommend you to go when it's raining. So that's the reason where we prefer when the weather is cool and dry, and you can actually experience it better. What's also, these are the must-do in Reunion. It's quite a lot. What I would say is that, like you see on the first picture, where you can see actually this is Saint-Leu. The Saint-Leu is in the Indian Ocean. I would say there's two best places where you can do a paragliding. So it would be in South Africa and in Reunion Island at Saint-Leu. So this is very recommended. And the encounters with dolphin and whales, of course, you can actually do this in Reunion Island. And looking at the third picture, which is Plein de Sable, this is the way, when you're doing the way to go to the Piton de la Fournaise. As you know, in Indian Ocean, you've got only one active volcano, and this is at Reunion Island. And this is Piton de la Fournaise, just like on the last picture. So on the way to visit the Piton de la Fournaise, you actually go for Plein de Sable. Trust me, it's just like you're on the planet Mars. Well, I never went, but looking at the pictures, it's like that. Actually, it's very different. You will not believe that you were just down at a normal village, experiencing the greeneries and so on. It's completely different. And then, of course, the waterfalls in Salazi. So Salazi is one of the cirque, which is very well known for everything which is for the magnificent waterfalls, I would say. Yeah, it's very beautiful. And looking at, you can also actually, when visiting the volcano, you can also go down and see the lava tunnel, just like on the pictures. And this is also very different, actually. I mean, there's nothing, it's not scary, but you need to be quite strong to actually go there. And sorry. And mountain bikings, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, this is very recommended, and it's fun and adventurous for people who love this. We talked about helicopter trip. So yeah, a helicopter trip is recommended, but I would say this one is the micro light. So even in Reunion Island, they do have this micro light flight. So it's really different compared to a helicopter, because micro light, as the name tells you, it's really light compared to a helicopter. It's really fun. Yeah. This is to be done, and normally it takes you over the mountains of the west part, and where you can see the impressive valley of one of the cirques, which is Mafat, and of course Piton de la Fournaise. Well, actually, Reunion Island. When you go to Reunion Island, you can't stay on one place. We won't recommend that. Stay at one place and then go out to do everyday excursions and then come back. The perfect itineraries for Reunion it would be to actually move during the itinerary. You can stay for 1 night or 2 nights at one place, and then you can actually go to another places, and you stay at every places in different days. And this is the perfect way to visit Reunion Island because of the mountainous and all the turns it takes to go on the top. What is good is that in Reunion it's very recommended to do self-drive, and yeah, this is the best way to visit Reunion Island. The only thing is that you drive on the next right hand side. And Rodrigues. So I'm not sure that many people know about Rodrigues or heard about Rodrigues. So Rodrigues is actually a volcanic island, and it's the smallest mascarene island that we have in the Indian Ocean. Of course, it is a dependency of Mauritius since ever, but it's not the same as Mauritius at all, and not even like Reunion Island. So the three islands, Mauritius, Réunion, and Rodrigues, are really different. Rodrigues is, when we say that people come to Mauritius for relaxation, for to have calm, tranquility, and peacefulness, well, where Mauritian people actually go for this is actually to Rodrigues, because it's really different. As you can see in the picture here, it's let's say that they are a little bit like Mauritians in I don't know how many years back, but many years back, and they are still like it's more like farming, fishing, and they are very reputed for the seafood, and rearing cattle and so on. And the Rodrigues people are very peaceful, very friendly, and yeah, the everything is very different. It's completely different. It's a complete field. So we also recommend to spend to spend 3 or 4 nights in Rodrigues and visit the island. Well, why not much? Of course, because Rodrigues is the smallest one, as I said, and it's only 108 kilometers square. So this is the reason. Well, I think we've reached at the end of my presentation. And if you have any question, or maybe Matt can take over.
Thanks, Rishita. That was super informative and really interesting. Thank you so much. So for everybody else, now is your opportunity to ask any questions. If you do have a question, we've got 5 to 10 minutes now when you can drop them into the Q&A box. Rishita, I do have a couple of questions that have come in already. On the eco bike tours, you mentioned there was potentially like a couple of days itinerary where you would stop along the way. Is it is it possible to do a shorter version of them, like a day version, for example?
Sure, of course. For the electro bike, so well, I went a bit to the extreme, but you can actually go for 1 day electro bike at a specific area, and I mean there would be different places. So for example, I take one of my favorites, which is actually in the south of Mauritius, and where you go to visit this the waterfall as well. You go and meet one of the local people. And so yes, you can actually do this, and you visit a lot of little places where people, even Mauritian people, didn't know about it. But you're going on the e-bike, and it's easier to actually meet people. Yeah.
Amazing. And another question was around the street tours, for example. Can they be booked when you're there, or do they need to be booked in advance?
Oh no, both is okay. So, well, of course, we recommend booking in advance because this is when I meant. I think you remember I mentioned that there are some activities that we there are limited participants that can actually be with. So one of them is the food tour. Of course, we recommend to book in advance. But when you're here as well, maybe it won't be short notice for tomorrow. But of course, when you're here, we can still book it. That's not a
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, great. And a question that has come in that you did touch on at the beginning, and I think you sort of answered already, is, but do you have, this is always a question that comes up, do you have any more information on when the borders will officially open to overseas tourists?
No worries. Well, actually, I know this is the main concern of everybody, and even we are concerned about it. Well, since the I would say the phase 2 currently started on the 1st of October. This is it's a little bit early for the local authorities to really determine and to really analyze all the trends going on and really take a decision. What was initially said is that they would actually maybe look into maybe November or even end of November to reopen. But so far we have not heard anything like that. And looking at the trend it's going, because we are now mid of October, I'm not sure this is how it's going on. But they say that any if they have to reopen completely, or maybe the phase 3 would be with limited conditions compared to the phase 2.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get to know at least 15 days prior.
Okay.
So
Okay.
of course I will let you know, Matt, and probably you can just cascade information to everybody. Don't worry.
I'm sure everyone will be super keen to know. Would you say, from a conservative point of view, if people are going to take bookings for Mauritius, that they should be looking to make bookings after, I don't know, March, do you think, or just to be on the safe side, or would you?
Yeah, yes, honestly, when we're having requests, when we're having, codes and so on, we're actually proposing for, of course, next year.
Yeah.
And we started proposing as from, I would say, as from March.
Yeah.
And because hopefully, and we really wanted to as well to start our normal life very soon.
Yeah.
But I don't think that January as well would be that completely free.
Yeah.
I mean, so if one want to be without any condition, I would really say March maybe.
Yeah, because I'm sure everyone has had more than enough of cancellations and date changes.
Exactly.
Um,
True.
Another question I've got is, how long would you, if you are going to combine, for example, Mauritius with Reunion, how long would you recommend to spend in each?
Okay. I would say in Reunion Island, I would recommend a minimum of 5 nights for a complete circuit. And of course, to Mauritius, maybe another minimum 5 nights or maybe 7 nights. So
Yep.
it really depends on because we did have in the past customers, I would say clients who wanted to do more of Reunion Island and less of relaxation time in Mauritius. So this is really based on what they want to do.
Yeah.
But what we would recommend would be, let's say five nights.
Okay, perfect.
5-6 nights. Yeah.
And another question I've got is, although you mentioned that Mauritius is a great all year round destination, are there particular sides of the coast that are better at certain times of the year because of whether it's the winds or the waves? Is there one section that is preferable over another at different times in the year?
I know. Okay, so well, basically all the coasts are really very nice they're good to experience. But yes, I know what I mean. Because we are actually controlled by the southeast trade winds. So basically the winds are blowing from the southeast. So in winter, where it's a bit more cold than normal, So you get a little bit more of winds there.
Yeah.
But it's not, yeah, but it's not, I would not recommend, I would not recommend the East Coast, because the weather, I mean, it's a very good weather, it's just that the winds, a little bit of breeze, so that's all, the breeze.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would not recommend.
Okay.
Otherwise, people, what I've noticed is that many people during our winter time, they tend to go on the West Coast, because they have the feeling there's less winds and so on.
Yeah.
But well, this is Mauritius. we get it a bit everywhere.
Great. And another question we have is, are you able to offer German speaking guides for both
Yes.
Reunion and Mauritius?
Yeah, for both of them.
Perfect. Okay. And another one question that came in about the bubble lodges. How many bubble lodges are there?
Okay, on the ILSF, but on the ILSF island, they've got three bubble lodges, and they were currently having. I mean, during the confinement, I know they were trying to put more, and then but the new ones wouldn't have been really bubble. It would be more like a cylinder, a bit more cylinder. However, you can see the stars and so on, and like a new one. And on the Bois-Chéri one, so at the inland, they've got 4 there, where 1 is already a cylinder and 3 is already the bubble lodge.
Yep. Okay. And another question is, how fit would you recommend someone has to be to do a hike? Like, do they need to be really, really fit, or as long as they're sort of at an average level of fitness, is that okay?
Well, okay. Normally, each of the sites, they have different recommendations and so on, depending on we've got the level actually, so medium or hard or anything. However, we would not recommend somebody who's, of course, pregnant, or somebody with, you know, heart problems and so on, to actually do the tough one, like for example doing Le Mans Brabant. And this is where we've got our specialist who actually comes into it, and the guys who actually ask them, because they ask a different set of questions, where they actually get to know if you are really fit for it, or maybe they have to go a little bit at a slower pace.
Yeah, so
this
they
is
will
also
assess
done.
your sort of
Exactly.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so it really depends on the site, because like I mentioned, the kayaking, the mangroves kayaking, on the same island you can also do a hiking, but it's a little bit more flat. So basically here everybody can do it.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. There's something for everyone. And then I think we've run out of questions. So this final one is not a question, but it's just a statement. And someone has written, wow, what a great presentation. So informative. Thank you. So
thank you very much.
That's a nice note to end on. So thank you to Rishita for joining us live from Mauritius and telling us really comprehensively about everything there is to do on the island and nearby. Thanks to everyone else for joining the call this morning. Like I said, will send you the links for the recordings so that you can either watch them again, or if you want to use them in the future with customers, or if you want to share them with colleagues or teams, that's absolutely fine. And then if you need anything else, if you want me to put you directly in touch with Rishita, if you want to know more about connections, if you want to talk about itineraries, anything like that, please let me know, and I will either help you, or myself and Rishita will either help you, or the team in Mauritius also will directly help you as well. So thanks very much for everyone joining us, and thank you very much to Rishita. And Rishita, I'll just hand over to you for you to wrap up as well.
Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody who actually here, and thank you for your questions as well. Well, I'm just like Matt said, so I'm also available. Anybody, you can contact me, you can contact Matt for anything, and we'll be here to assist you for any queries, for any more questions, any additional information you want. or we can even do any sample itineraries, depending on how you want to go ahead. And I hope to hear from you soon. So thank you, Matt, and thank you again to the SLC team. Everyone,
thanks, Rashita, and thank you to everyone for joining us, and everyone have a great day. Thank you. Bye now.
Okay, thank you. Bye.